back into the heart. Day 3. Anahata. 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 I am full of love. I love it. I'm just thinking it's like green with envy, right? It's kind of when your chakra is off balance, when we feel jealous of someone. We talk about that in the sutras, right? When the heart chakra is awesome, we are compassionate, we are empathetic, we are loving to ourselves and to others. We're able to help other people see their power in love. There's a sense of confidence that is there. Whereas if it's out of balance, you'll notice loneliness, sharpness. You tend to not really be trustworthy of yourself or anybody else. Right? There's just these blockages there. Cold-hearted. Right? Your words are cold. There's not compassion. So we can kind of figure these things out. And, trust me, there's been times when my heart chakra's been off. And there's moments where it's just like, it just closes for a moment. It might be that it's protecting you from something. So all things that are amazing to observe when we really do this swadhyaya, this self-study of self. Self-study of self. That's redundant. So you ready for some day 3 movements? Once again, add on. Nothing too intense. We are going into back bending, and that's why I wanted those ones, day 1, 2, to be kind of soft and subtle. But yeah, we're going into all of our cobras. So let's start on our bellies. So you're going to come onto your belly. Once again, you can do, if you want to pause me right here, maybe do a couple sun salutations. We were here yesterday, and you're going to start in Sphinx pose. So instead of the fingers interlaced, I want you to bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. And so and just feel it in your body. I see it in classes all the time. When your elbow's back here, it's just a different shape. You don't have that lot of push. You're kind of collapsing in the heart. So make sure the elbow is forward a little bit. If anything, you're going to arrow on a little more forward. And you're going to breathe. Curl the toes under. Really find length, kind of open up through the pelvis. Slide the toes back. All 10 toes are facing back. And we did some cat-cows here, but I just want you to feel Sphinx for a moment. So the hands are pulling back up, our arms are hugging in. And really see if you can pull the low belly in, but get your thoracic spine, your mid-spine to move forward. Can you connect your mind's eye to those muscles that will shorten, and we call it extension, but you're going into this back bend behind the heart. And I just want you to play there. These little micro movements are so powerful. And if you're feeling confident enough and your back is feeling stable enough, it's a beautiful place to play. Your thighs are active. So the kneecaps are floating away from the floor, buttocks flush to the heels. Okay, belly is slightly engaged. The floor of the pelvis is lifting, and it just gives you this like, ooh, you're just trying to sink kind of below the shoulder blades, but not into the upper neck area, right? Just behind the heart. Imagine a trusting hand. Just putting their hand on the back of your heart. Bringing awareness to that area. Oh, so juicy. Juicy, juicy. Couple more breaths. Oh. Hey, let the breath release any tension there. So now I'm I love to hang out in my low back, but right now I'm not feeling anything in my low back. That's because my pelvis is hooking into the floor, and I'm really focusing on this mid-back thoracic spine area. So subtle. So if you're not getting it, by all means, send me a message in the community board. text me, email me, and say, Nat, let's do a little like one-on-one video, or I even come to your house and we'll play with it together, because it's so worth getting, so worth it. And that's how much I love my loving flow, my living flow friends. Go, one more full breath. Good, exhale, elbows go out, kind of a little shaky of the butt. You should feel like, woo, yeah, I was there. If you're not getting it right away, no stress, no stress. It took me 20 years to get it. I'm still working on it. From here, nice deep breath in, push it back, find a down dog, take your time, be there. Oh, yeah, stretch it out. And you should feel the stretch after all that back bend. And that was one Sphinx that you were in. And as much as I love like yoga flow, right, is sometimes we kind of miss it because we're just throwing our bodies around. So it's like, that's why I like the living flow. It's like it's in the moment. It's in the moment. No passing by. Some moments we build up together. We're always coming back to it. Good, pull it forward. You're gonna lower down however you want. Second one, tops of the feet press, pinky toenail into the ground. So your outer ankles hug in, hands are in line with your chest. And you're gonna play in low cobra. So Ardha Bhujangasana. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. That's going to lift the knees. And what happens is when you do that, and I'm a pretty good example, my butt sticks up. So it's not like I want to argue with my body parts, but there is a little bit of give and take in this one, right? So my feet press and my butt sticks up. I was like, oh no. I bring my feet down or my butt down and my feet get light. So there is this kind of like, lovingly compromise, right? I hear what my feet need, I hear what my butt needs, and I try to find this balance where there is a connection with both areas, but I'm not overdoing one. Right? Pull the hands back. See if you can kind of crawl the rib cage forward, back of the neck long. Now, I'm going to make you, I'm going to make you do this. No, I'm going to invite you to press the hands into the floor and push your hands forward. And that's going to compress your low back. And then I want you to pull the hands back and feel how that opens up space for you to work a little more in the back body. Right, tops of the feet root gently, tailbone towards the heels gently, pull the hands back, drag the rib cage forward, soften around the neck and the shoulders. Just breathe. Good, exhale. Slowly push it back. You can take a child's pose or you can take a down dog. Number 3, back onto your belly. Hands are in the same location. Tops of the feet press. Pubic bone hooks, this time coming up, cobra pose. Now, classic cobra, your hip bones are on the ground. I cannot bend that deeply in my spine, as long as sometimes I think I can, but I want you to bend the elbows. Just try to soften right around the pubic bone. And when you do that, what happens is your toes tend to flare out, and I'm doing a big example of it. Draw the outer ankles in. Once again, right? Like a compromise. Be the love between these two movements. It's a give and a take. There's two sides of every coin. It's not about right or wrong. It's about connecting. So once you feel like you've got the length in the legs, triceps are probably feeling it right now. Bend, wrap it in, lift up through the chest. See if you can drag your hands back. Oh, that's so hard. All right, see if you can drag the hands back. Press through the pointer finger, the thumb finger for 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. And we're going to come into Salambasana. So off your hands for a little bit. Okay? You can always add an up dog in afterwards. You'll be warm enough. But I want to get into this one. So locust pose. So hands come by your side. Lots of different variations. I want you to start with the hands flat. Thumb pointing out. Inhale, push down through the hands, lift up through the chest. Draw the shoulder blades together. Keep the back of the neck long. And then come to the pelvis. Pelvis presses down. And this is like so nice because that argument that your ankles and your pelvis were getting into, your pelvis is going to give permission for your legs to fly. Let them fly. Breathe. The arms can start to lift. You can turn the palms up. It opens up through the heart. Stay a little wider so that the pelvis is just this anchor for you to breathe into the back of the heart. Keep the shoulders wide. Inner thighs rotate up to the sky for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale. Whoo, release. Head turns one way. Head turns the other way. You can repeat that for 5 to 8 breaths, or grab your ankles, deep breath in, pubic bone hooks, press the ankles back, lift up through the heart, back of the neck long, and breathe. Exhale. Whoo! Oh man, that opens up then. Notice your pulse. Be in your breath. Shift back to down dog, or you can go straight to child's pose. The reason I like to go to down dog first is it lengthens my spine. So instead of going from like full extension immediately into flexion, I've got this middle ground between. But you know your back, right? You know what feels good. It's going to keep you going as you're ready to come back to child's pose. We didn't do any dynamic movement there. And my breath is a little short. So notice yours. Sometimes it's just kind of excavating. I know this is my place of work, the heart and the throat. So recognize that. Recognize your work. It's beautiful to just be in it. A little can go a long way. Yum, yum, yum. Until tomorrow. Peace.